Minor Basilica of San Martin de Tours, Taal. The Taal Basilica is commonly known as Basilica de San Martin de Tours. It is located in Taal and is the largest church in Asia that stands 96 meters long and 45 meters wide. This was started on 1746 by Augustinian missionaries. Unfortunately, it was destroyed when Taal volcano erupted in 1754. Three of its original walls are still standing up till today. Fray Diego Espina, under the Augustinians, along with San Martin de Tours, first built the basilica in San Nicolas, Batangas on 1575. After the eruption of Taal in 1754, the church was then transferred to its present site. It was Father Martin Aguirre who donated the land for the church in 1755. But in 1849, it was destroyed again by a terrible earthquake. Luciano Oliver, a Spanish architect, constructed a new church that started from 1856 to 1878. The church was converted into a basilica on December 8, 1954, and was declared a national shrine on January 16, 1974. The crowning of Our Lady of Kaysasay was also made in the basilica in 1954. Truly one of the main cultural and religious treasures of the Batangas province, the basilica boasts of its theatrically Baroque facade, altar silver trappings, and intrinsic design features. It is also a landmark where several movie shootings were held. San Martin de Tours is the patron saint of Taal and is celebrated on November 11. Immaculate Conception Minor Basilica, Batangas City. The first church on the present site was built in 1581 by Father Diego Mojica, Augustinian pastor of Calapan, Mindoro. In 1601, the stone foundation was placed for the second church, on which the priest built from 1682 to 1721. The convent with artillery placements was built years later as a defense against sea pirates. After 179 years, the church was demolished. On the same year, the Baroque-styled basilica was erected in 1857 under the administration of Father Pedro Cuesta. It was declared a minor basilica by Pope Pius XII on February 13, 1945, vested with the seal of the fisherman. The first basilica to be vested that honor and privilege in the Philippines and in the entire Far East. The basilica houses the original Santo Niño ng Batangan, a miraculous statue of the infant Jesus. Since the church construction was offered to the Immaculate Conception, it was then called the Basilica de Inmaculada Concepcion. Archdiocesan Shrine of St. Joseph the Patriarch, San Jose. This church was built by the Augustinian friar Father Manuel Blanco in 1812. It has a large one-aisle interior and is remarkable for its restored main altar, geometrical decorations, and flowery capitals on the columns. The church is a paragon of Baroque architecture in the Philippines and combines this with the neoclassical lines of an adjacent convent. The pulpit and canopy is studied in intricate carvings of local flora. The feast of St. Joseph the Patriarch the patron saint of the municipality of San Jose, is celebrated on March 19. Saint Benedict Monastery, Banay-Banay. The Medal of Saint Benedict may be acquired at Saint Benedict Monastery. According to the Benedictine order, the purpose of using or wearing this medal is to call down God's blessing and protection, especially through the intercession of Saint Benedict. They call it a constant silent prayer, a reminder to us of our dignity as followers of Christ. The medal is a prayer of exorcism against Satan, a prayer for strength in time of temptation, a prayer for peace among ourselves and among the nations of the world, a prayer that the cross of Christ be our light and guide, a prayer of firm rejection of all that is evil, a prayer of petition that we may with Christian courage walk in God's ways with the gospel as our guide, as Saint Benedict urges us. One is encouraged to study and meditate over the inscriptions and representations on the medal. Medals, scapulars, and rosaries are not mere accessories that we just wear. These are symbols of our strong faith and are reminders that we have to live accordingly in the eyes of our God. Archdiocesan Shrine of Saint Vincent Ferrer, Banay-Banay. Saint Vincent Ferrer Parish at Banay-Banay, Lipa City is known to be frequently visited by the sick, old and young devotees from different parts of Batangas and nearby provinces. Inside this church, little Saint Vincent's, kids dressed like Saint Vincent, are in view. This is because of their strong devotion or panata to the saint. Though seem to be the patron saint of the sick, especially here in Batangas, Saint Vincent Ferrer is the patron saint of builders because of his fame for building up and strengthening the church. Through his preachings and teachings, missionary work, and as confessor and advisor. The Banay-Banay folk celebrate their town fiesta a day ahead of the saint's feast day on April 5. Our Lady of Mount Carmel Monastery, Lipa City. The monastery was founded on May 31, 1946, just a year after World War II left the town of Lipa in ruins. Batangueños refer to it as Carmel. Through the initiative of Bishop Alfredo Versosa and then Auxiliary Bishop Alfredo Maria of Villar, who was the first father and chaplain of the monastery, the sisters from Carmel, Manila, left for their new monastery in Lipa on the same day Carmel Lipa was founded. This church has earned a place not only in the hearts of the Batangueños, but to all Filipinos' hearts as well. This convent of the Contemplative Order of Our Lady of Mount Carmel was the site of the apparition of the Blessed Virgin Mary to Teresita Castillo, a novice in the Carmelite order, and the site of the inexplicable shower of rose petals first occurring in 1948. On September 12, 1948, while Teresita was praying in the convent garden, a vine suddenly began to shake. Our Lady appeared to the seer and requested that she kiss the earth and return to the same spot for 15 consecutive days. When Our Lady appeared, she was on a cloud. dressed in white, and a golden rosary hanging from her right hand. Her dress was very white, very simple, and had a narrow belt tied around her. She was radiant with beauty. Our Lady requested the vine to be blessed and also requested that a statue was to be placed at the site of the apparition. These were all accomplished. During the apparitions in 1948, Our Lady stressed humility, penance, prayers for the clergy and the Pope, and to pray the Rosary. Our Lady requested that a Mass be held on the 12th day of every month. Before she departed for the last time, the Blessed Virgin identified herself as, "I am the mediatrix of all grace." There are accounts of a bluebird appearing at the vine where Our Lady appeared. There are also accounts of the spinning sun, heavy fragrance of roses, and showers of rose petals that had miraculous images of Christ, Mary, and other holy scenes in them. The rose petals are reported to have remarkable curing powers. On January 24, 1991, rose petals began to fall straight from the sky again at the Carmelite convent in Lipa City. A few days later, 6 children playing in the garden of the convent saw the statue come to life. The church set up a committee to investigate the apparitions. San Sebastian Cathedral, Lipa City. The seat of the Archdiocese of Lipa was then administered by the Augustinians beginning April 30, 1605 and until the end of the 19th century under the name Convent of San Sebastian in Kumintang. The first church building was made of light material. The present building, of serious architecture, proven solidity and great proportion, began its construction in 1779 under the term of Fray Ignacio Pallares, OSA. The church was totally completed from 1865 to 1894 during the administration of Fray Benito Varas, OSA, parish priest from 1865 to 1894. The cathedral is known simply as Cathedral. It now stands right in the heart of Lipa City, among its bustling streets, young students, great-looking women, and courteous and hospitable elders. Owing to its accessibility, the church itself is rarely empty. During Sundays, the Holy Celebration is held almost every other hour, and Cathedral is filled to its brims. Batangueños brave the heat inside this centuries-old church, testament to their strong Christian faith. The Diocese of Lipa was created by Pope Pius X on April 10, 1910.